the British left has a birthplace, I guess this place has some claim to being it. This is Tolpuddle, where famously in the early 19th century, a group of agricultural workers tried to organise, form a trade union. For their pains, they were arrested and deported, the Tolpuddle martyrs. Now this happens every year, sort of left-wing Glastonbury. All right? Yeah. This year feels very symbolic and also quite poignant because the left of politics and the trade unions are arguably in a historic position of weakness and crisis.
Well, definitely, especially with the new anti-trade union laws coming in and people's tax credits being taken away from them.
I see and speak to people daily who cannot afford to feed their families, and I don't say that lightly. That's the reality of where we're at.
There's one ray of hope here, represented by a man who might just be these people's saviour, and he's got the initials to match.
Word is getting around the site and a crowd is beginning to form here.
I think there's a lot of people just like me who have really drifted away, and I really feel like you can take the Labour Party back to what I believe in.
Oh, what a beer.
Thank you very much, mate. That's the best thing anyone's ever said to me.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Are you surprised by any of this? You can't walk more than 2 yards without someone wanting a selfie and all the rest of it. It didn't happen to Diane Abbott last time. Do you know what I mean? Something's changed.
People are looking for hope. Our campaign, it's not me, it's it's a lot of people together are changing things, and I happen to be in the position where I'm asked to speak on behalf of it, and I'm happy and proud to do so.
You're too self-effacing.
Is that a problem?
No.
I was a miner, I was a talker.
Up until a few days ago, the festival's closing act was going to be Billy Bragg, but several hundred people have stayed on to hear JC speak.
Is it right, in the fourth richest country in the world, we should allow 1 million people to rely on food banks? Let's defend the principle of a society that cares for everyone and everyone cares for everyone else.
Right, from the sun-kissed, ubiquitously left-wing Tolpuddle Festival to the rather more gloomy environs of Bedford. Probably the sort of place you'd think was in Middle England.
8 days later, Corbyn seems to be streets ahead of his nearest rival. And big Labour voices are warning that if he miraculously wins, the Labour Party faces oblivion in the places it has to win. This is one of them.
Do you know what being left-wing means?
Is that like Green Party and stuff?
Socialism. It's every aspect of our society.
We're not racist because we're both foreigners.
Yeah, he's Iranian, I'm Italian.
Do you think rich people should pay quite a lot more tax?
Not necessarily, because rich people, depending on what sort of rich people, work hard for their money. So then at the same time, we could be rich if we worked and had that same mindset.
If I was to say to you, what's the difference between the Labour Party and the Conservative Party? Do you have an idea of what the choice is there?
Really? One is slightly better for a poor person and one is not.
Okay, which one's slightly better for poor people?
Conservative.
Wow. We've got an Iranian UKIP voter. Got a young woman who gets paid £7.20 an hour but thinks the rich shouldn't pay any more tax. A fellow back there who says the Conservatives are the party of the poor. Maybe Jeremy Corbyn becoming leader of the Labour Party makes no more or less sense than anything else. Do any of you recognise him?
Oh, he's I do recognise him.
The thorn in the Labour side.
Yeah, very good. Right.
A little bit like Boris was when he first came onto the scene.
Well, he speaks his mind, I suppose.
Yeah, I think he probably could be more believable than the previous guy.
What's the difference?
Because he's seen as controversial and we want to hear what he's got to say. I remember when Tony Blair first opened his mouth, I was locked onto that guy because he was believable, he connected with the people. I'd be interested to see how this guy...
So, as if things weren't surreal enough already? That fella seems like Jeremy Corbyn because he's got a touch of the Tony Blairs about him. No, I don't get it either. Basic reason we came to Bedford is because it's near Luton. And tonight in Luton, Jeremy Corbyn is doing a public meeting.
Well, we've been told that more people have signed up on the internet to be coming than we've got chairs put out, so it could be standing room only.
If he fills this is going to be amazing.
Just joined the Labour Party.
Yeah.
So what's going on, do you think?
But a lot of young people thought they would want to vote Green because they thought the Labour Party didn't stand for them. And a lot of those people now are saying, I might actually join the Labour Party.
I'm not 100% convinced that he's right for the direction, but I'm always. I love Jeremy Corbyn. I'm a massive fan.
Right, so you don't need any convincing.
No.
Why do you like him?
I just think he's really inspiring. I don't feel like he's a typical Westminster politician.
So there's a lot of scaremongering. People saying why we shouldn't vote for Jeremy. So I want to hear the reasons why we should, because I do want to vote for him, but I'm just scared.
It might split the party.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And then part of me thinks, well, if it does cause massive ructions, is that necessarily a bad thing?
It does remind me of the Scottish referendum. You get any sizable number of people coming to a meeting which is focused on someone or something that mainstream politics and the mainstream media doesn't like, that of itself is fascinating, because effectively it's a load of people who aren't doing what they're told.
Jeremy, sorry to interrupt, we met in Tolpuddle and here we are again.
Things have changed somewhat.
Are you following me around?
We are. How do you feel about it all? Considering where this all was, 4 or 5 weeks ago?
It's a very interesting experience.
You've awakened something here. What I'm curious to know is, respectively, whether you win or lose, what happens to all this momentum and energy which is congregating around your campaign?
It carries on. Demanding social justice, it carries on. Opposing the austerity agenda, it carries on looking for peace.
This is only just the start.
Whatever happens, things have changed.
You're going to win, aren't you?
I'm making no predictions. We will see what happens.
We've got to be out there now protesting about the grotesqueness of this Welfare Reform Act and what it's doing to poor children.
It's a very sort of English revolt, this, because he's not the greatest speaker in the world. It's quite sort of modest and mild. And yet, people like it.
A very better world. It's not wrong to dream about it. What is wrong is not to do anything about it. This time, we're doing something about it. Thank you very much.
Fascinating. It's not chiefly fascinating because of him and what he says, it's fascinating because of all these people. What did you think?
When you're having disabled people starving or facing incredible difficulties as a result of their government, that is morally wrong, and it's important that people say that.
After hearing that tonight, he comes across so genuine and so just real.
It's different from this sort of stuffed suit, talking
It is
in
different.
riddles,
It is
hard-working
different.
families way of
and
politics.
you never quite believe them. We went to see Andy Byrne the other night, and I wanted to believe him. I really did. If you heard this before, I really wanted to believe him, but I didn't quite. Whereas I totally believed Jeremy Corbyn.
With striking ferry workers causing travel chaos in the French port of Calais, TV news has been full of dramatic scenes, queuing lorries and desperate migrants trying to break into them to get to the UK.